Okay. Right. All right, all right, all right. We have got a live from Tokyo, and okay, so let's try and get on here. You're ready for something? You're ready for I think it's going to be a big step. So that doesn't matter. Right, so it's going to be a delay. Sometimes I'm getting a little bit of a delay, but that's the only way to see the screen from the screen. So I apologize for that delay. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much. We're gonna have people online joining us. And it's 16. I'm so excited. We have 16 video that's maybe recorded so you can watch it later. I know, as she said, is Janet King was a community consultant for the last year. I've been moving with the local main streets, downtown Minnesota with a grant. To provide free training on Google Things for my state project. I grew up in Marion, Ohio, not too far from here, so I really believe in small town Ohio and owning your own business. I know my own business, so I'm really excited to bring this program to everybody throughout the state. There are 53,000 businesses or people impacted by this training. We went up to close to 750. I think you went through 750. So that is so exciting. We're gonna make it. Getting like at the end of the summer. Like three more places I'm visiting. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed looking around downtown. And if you think of it later, if you find my TikTok channel, Future Consulting, it's me, Katie. I'm using a little tool of the time like the postings and things so you can see where I'm at and then you can check it out. You want to include everything because this is a big tell me when something like that. You just yeah, so we need to start. So last, she said, before you do this, something with circle labs is the number one thing you can do to get noticed, especially when people are traveling through Ohio. I just want to like just near me on my search. That is how you find businesses that you to look at. So today we're going to do this. You can go through this with me. How many of you are already planning to do the business profile, you've done your business, you may or may not know you are. All right, but four of you, great, you should be ready. So we may finish, we're going to talk about how to get you in there. And we don't keep it on. So today we're going to talk about what is a Google business profile, how to create a Google business profile, and you manage your business information, and the resources after this presentation. The video does work. So the first thing we're going to talk about, if this catches up with me, is what is a Google Business Profile? Google Business Profile is free, first of all, completely free. You don't have to pay for it. Google provides this to every local business for free. You can find it on the search page for Google, and Google is the number one search engine in the world. Many people have maps. So if you are on a map and you're searching for your local business, restaurant, something like that, you can get it on maps as well. So this is now the example we're going to use throughout this. Lesson. So there's a live linked into this mobile view of a Google Business Profile. You have the name of the business. You have the reviews right underneath them. You have photos and videos. You have quick links. They can call your business if you allow them to. They can find directions to your business if you put your address. You can share it with other people. So they can say, hey, meet me here at this restaurant. They can go to your website. They can locate you. They can find out if you're open or not as long as you keep your hours up to date. Then we can move you straight from this page. So this page makes the big punch for you because if you lower the value for potential customer to come find you or contact you, they're more likely to do that. Over 18 million businesses use Google's free tools to receive bookings. They can be through you on Google Business Profile. Reviews, requests for reactions, and connect with their customers. So this is a Google search page, as you're familiar with every day. The top returns on a Google page are generally ads that are paid for. And that's the people pay big money to get their business to come onto the top of the page. That's free real estate. It's real free real estate. I mean, so this is a good thing to do for your business because you get free marketing through Google on the search page and on the maps page. Any questions so far about that? And if you have comments, and if you logged into YouTube online, you can leave comments and I'll watch those and I'm happy to answer those. Questions? Right. People generally want to support local small business. They don't necessarily want the chains. So it's like, is that money taxes? Sorry. No, it's okay, but you want to check. So who wants to like the business? They need to find you. If you can't, they can't. So they really do want to support small business and can find you. The great thing about Google Business Profile is it comes across on any type of device. It comes across on phones, it comes across on tablets, and it comes across on laptops. And you get a lot of free real estate for just keeping up with your Google Business Profile. All right, have I convinced you that you need a Google Business Profile?
Yes.
Oh, you just have to wake up and go. So, sorry. I'll keep you off camera. So, hopefully after this, you need to go with this profile. So, I'm going to go through try to set that. You can walk along with me with your phone, tablet, or PC. And if you put something to pass or writing down stuff, then you can leave it and see later and get back to where you were. And I could stay after a little bit to help people get set up if needed. All right. So you are going to go to google.com/business. That is one way to get to this. Let me count out that one. If you're logged into your Google browser, which Google browser is the best way to do this, you need to be logged in with the email address that you're going to use to manage your business. So if it's your personal Gmail, I don't recommend that unless that's the one you use for your business, which is but the biggest thing I find is people say, I used to be on Google Business Profile and now I can't find it. And generally it's because they literally manage it on one email and then they logged in on a different email and they can't find it. And I'll show you how to fix that. Once you get it set up, you can put both emails in to manage it. So you don't have to do it. It's generally so you need to sign into your browser. So sign in with the email that you already manage it on or that you want to manage your Google Business Profile with. Okay. Now there's three more ways you can do this. You can actually do it on your phone if you want. So you can use Maps. So for your address and say add your business, you can click on the three-line icon, you can add your business, or you can right click on the map and add your business. So you can go through Maps, or you can go through the link I told you previously. And the goal is to create and verify today your business profile. All right. How we doing? Are we okay? We'll have to wait for this anyway, so I'll click next. If for some reason you don't have a Google account, which is also okay, you will need to create a Google account, and you can do that at accounts.google.com, accounts.google.com, /site, and then you can sign up. And if you're like, but that's the only way to manage your business profile. So I would just sign up for that service if you are not a Google fan. It's not Google. Just not kidding. We hear, is everybody hearing me? This, I think I have a mic issue. Give me one.
Check. All right, that should sound better to the audience, hopefully. You guys didn't care, but they did, maybe. You can still hear me because I heard it come across, but this is better. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so hopefully everybody's got some account they're signed into now. All right. You should be at the place where we can start creating your business profile, and you want to type your business name exactly as you want it to appear. So if you're an LLC or something like that, you do not have to say that. You can just put the name of the business as you want it to appear. So here they have Detroit Voltage. I'm sure that was a longer name, Detroit Voltage LLC or something. You don't have to put that, whatever you want it to appear as. It may show up for you. And then you want to enter a business category and click next, okay? The next choice you're going to make is, do you have a location you want people to visit, or are you a completely online service type business? You don't want them to come to your business. So for example, my consulting business is in my home. I do not want people coming to my home. So I don't put an address that can be seen by the public in there. So if you have a brick and mortar, you do want to say yes to this, but if you do not want people coming to your location, then click no. You're still going to need to put an address in there for Google to verify, but it will not appear on your profile. And again, if you're online and you have a question, please feel free to jump in and ask that, comment that question. You do have to be logged in though to YouTube to do that. All right, then you're going to list the official street address, including suites, numbers, floors, all of that. That's important. And you're going to put that in. But again, if you said, I don't want people coming there, then that will not appear. It's just for Google to verify that you're not making this all up. Okay. Now, this is really nice. Now you can provide a service area. So if you don't want to put an address, then you can provide a service area. I provide a service area of Cincinnati. So you can provide a service area that you will provide service for your particular business. Now, you may have an online business and you're willing to serve anywhere. I'm willing to do that. They only let you choose a certain service area. But most likely, if somebody's looking for a business consulting firm in California, Google Business Profile is not helping me anyway. I'll have to reach them another way. So pick the area or areas that you serve, and Google will make sure and tell everyone that. Then you're going to enter your business contact information. Again, make sure you're okay with this showing up all over the place, because it will. So you're going to put your contact info. So you're going to put your phone number. If you have a website, put that in, but you don't have to have a website. In fact, if you have not yet got a website for your business, this is a great stepping stone to that, because this is free, you're not paying anybody, and it looks nice and it will come up in search. So this is a great stepping stone, but you don't have to have one. The phone number you put in there will appear, so it's best to have a phone number you're okay with appearing there. And it's great if it's a textable number. because then you can receive texts to your business asking questions, and you can respond. If you have a calling only number there, then they won't be able to do that, but that's okay, one step at a time. And you can use services such as Twilio to set up a phone number that's not your cell phone and put it out there for texting and all that, and then you forward that to your business phone or your cell phone. But that way you don't put your personal number out there. Twilio. That's just one service. That's the service I go through, but you pick whatever you want. They let you pick a number with the area code correct, and then you pick a number, and now that number you can forward to whatever phone you want to, and they don't have your number, which is important.
Google do that as well.
Google, they used to. I lost my Google. This is the whole thing, but I lost my Google number because I forget why, I didn't log in enough or something, and I was really ticked because I had that out there a lot of places. So I think they still do it, but Twilio is really set up for small businesses to do that kind of thing. But you could check with Google and use a Google number as well. Just as long as you can forward it and text with it. All right, now you have to be able to verify your business. And this is what people often stop at and don't do. But this will help get you up in the search rankings. If Google doesn't think this is your business or somebody's just messing with this, they're not going to serve you up as much as they serve another business. So you need to get verified. And you may see your business on Google and think you're verified, but if you haven't verified it yourself, you're not. They're just guessing at your hours, and they're guessing at what you do. People have maybe added hours or made suggestions, but this isn't you unless you verified it. So they finally added ways to verify, which is really, really nice. So you can verify by phone, text, email, a video, and a postcard. So you can often choose. Sometimes they will choose for you how you verify. So you have to go along with that. If they let you do it by text or phone or email, it's pretty quick. If it's video or postcard, it may take a couple of weeks to get you verified. Postcard, they'll send it to the address you provided. It's got a number on it, and you enter the number into your Google Business Profile, and then you are verified. Video is tricky, and people have had a little trouble with that. Video, they want you to take a sweep of like your address and then your business really quickly. It has to be less than 30 seconds or 10 seconds. It's very quick, and it needs to be a small file. They don't mention that, but I've noticed people with the larger file videos it won't take it. So try to use low resolution, not too low, but don't make it a big fancy video. Just a quick sweep, and that's all you need to do. But you definitely want to do this step, and we can keep editing your profile. It just won't appear till it's verified.
I'll just add on the video part. That's how TSEP verified our business. It was quite a pain. We had to show ourselves unlocking the door and everything. So if you do get stuck with the video, just make sure you have all your supplies ready to you may possibly need for it.
Yeah, so there was a question here or a comment here that the video is a pain. Don't choose that unless it forced it upon you. If you have trouble verifying, if you've tried it for a week or two and you can't seem to get verified, go ahead and email me. She has my email address because I can contact Google and potentially fix that. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, but I can get through easier than you can get through. But hopefully it'll pick one of the other methods because those are pretty fast and easy. So you want to get verified. It's really, really critically important you get verified. Okay, I can try to help you out with that. If you have a service-only business, they will ask you for your mailing address, especially if they want to use that to verify you. So they sent, back when I did it, it was the postcard method. That was the only method offered by Google. So it came to my house and I verified and all that. But So you do need a mailing address to verify. So be sure you enter that accurately. All right. Yes, question.
How long is it taking them to verify your business once you've got the text and done?
If you do it by text or email, 10 minutes. I mean, a lot of times. But if they go the card route or the video route, it could take a couple weeks. I don't even know how long. A month and a half. Then except the video. Yeah, they've gotten weird about video now. I'll try to, I hope I can alleviate that problem. I'm working on another one as well to help with that. The 14 working days is generally for the postcard. That was the old postcard slide. But you can set everything up while you're waiting. And as soon as you're verified, it will all go live and you'll be ready to go. All right, so that is the setup process. Anyone have a question about how to get set up? Yes, ma'am.
If you own a business and it has multiple locations, do you have to set up separate Google business accounts for each one, or is there a way to have your multiple addresses under the one account?
Okay, the question is, and they can't, just because they can't hear you online. So the question is, if you have multiple locations, can you have the one Google business profile? The answer to that is no, you can't have one, and you really don't want one, because if it's very location based on the search. So if you have one on, I don't know, how big's Tiffin, how across miles wise ish? Yeah, I don't know. Anybody?
5 miles.
Okay, let's say it's about 5 miles. So if you have a location on one side of town, a location on the other side of town, and people are on the map, if they're closer, it bases on their location when they search. So if they're on the other side of town and they search, and you're set up on the other location side, it may not show for them, or it may not show at the top of the search. Whereas if you had both set up, the one right near them on that side of town would pop to the top. Does that make sense? So that does look at where the searcher is location-wise to decide what to serve them. So I would set one up for each location. It's a pain. But you could then post the same stuff to all of them. Other questions? Okay. All right, let me make sure there's no, I don't think there's any chat, so that's good. All right, now we're going to talk about managing your Google profile, and this is really valuable because just setting it up is great, but if you don't keep it up to date and add to it, Google will not serve it up as high. So this is the dashboard you should see if you are logged into the account that manages your Google business profile. When you go, you should see this. When I go, I'm just going to see your business and all the information. When you go, you should see this dashboard. And this is where you can set everything up, okay? And the way to tell how things are going is if you look in this corner and you see that orange, that's doing pretty well. It's the strength is good. You've got some things on there. You've set it up most of the way. But if you click on complete info, it will lead you through the things that are missing. If that's green, you're doing well. You've got things set up. You've been fairly active on it, and Google will be serving that up. If it's, I think it might go red. That's kind of mean, but if it goes red, you have a lot of things missing in your profile. So look at all the things you can do. You can edit it, read reviews, message, add photos, look at the performance of your Google business profile. And we're going to talk about all these things, but this is your dashboard. And if you go to google.com, when you're logged in as that email and search for your business, this is what you should see. If you do not see this, then you're probably logged in with the wrong email. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is click Edit Profile right there in the upper left corner. and we are going to see this page. So you're going to check your business name, make sure that's correct. The category, make sure that's correct. I'm going to come back to the description in a second. Make sure the location is accurate, the hours are accurate, okay? That is critical. And then there's more that we're going to talk about. So you want to edit all of those different pieces and check on those. Let's talk about the description. A lot of people skip this part. They're like, I don't know what to put. If you have a website and you have a description somewhere on there that you like, just copy and paste it in here for the description. That's fine to start with. If you don't, the description is the place that Google pulls what's called keywords. Are we familiar with keywords? I don't like the term keywords. I feel like it should be key phrases because it's more than one word. So these are the words that Google uses to rank search results. So anybody want to tell me their business? What's your business?
The Punyan Project.
What is it?
The Punyan Project.
Punyan Project?
Yep.
What is that?
It's a glass studio and gallery.
Excellent.
Would you like me to read the description?
Sure.
Okay. Because I think it's a little vague, and I'm hoping.
Here, hold on. Let me come over there so we can get you on, so that everyone can hear you. Go ahead.
Art studio and gallery offering handmade glass like ornaments, cups, marbles, sculptures, jewelry, and much more. All of our products are proudly made in Tiffin, Ohio by the Punyan Project.
Okay. All right. That's a great start. I think that's a pretty good start. So what are some of your keywords there that you want to rank for? I heard some
like art studio,
art
glass,
studio.
handmade, Tiffin.
Excellent. Yes. Those are important, right? So that's the, you want to think like someone looking for that. So is gifts on there?
Not on the description, but I believe like is there a place to tag stuff?
Google Business Pro. I
It
don't.
might be on my
Website. Yep. So gifts would be another thing I would maybe be searching for. Unusual gifts, unique gifts. Unique is better than unusual. Unusual's, you never know. Do unique. But that's some other, I'm just throwing out there some other ideas. Does anyone else have some other thoughts of what you would search for to find his business?
Should it be kept as a description, or can I just put in almost like how I would tag stuff, or keep it as?
Keep it as a paragraph. So the question is, should it be just keywords listed, which is super tempting, or should it be a description paragraph? It should be a description paragraph or two. And I'm going to tell you how you could maybe make that a little easier in 1 second. So other things you all would search for to find his business. Glass blowing, okay. Do you provide events like birthday parties and things?
I do classes and community events.
All right, I would have those words in there. And if you do the classes, are they just regular, like once a week, or is it like, so I've actually gone to a glass blowing thing where it was for a birthday, and 6 of us went.
Yep.
So I would have party events or something in there. Yeah.
Yep.
And thank you for being willing to get all of this feedback you may or may not want. Other things people would think of if they were looking for to try to find his business. You're all thinking about your own businesses, aren't you? You're like, no, I don't do glass blowing. I can't do this. Okay. All right. So you want to think first of what would people search for to find this business, to find you. And maybe it takes talking to a group or talking to your family or the employees. Just get a group and say, hey, what would you look for to find my business? Think about the things you provide. So that's the first thing. You want to get this full of searchable keywords. But as he pointed out, the easiest thing would be to list those, but you really do want it in some kind of like paragraph or some kind of description. So if you're like, I don't know what to write, jump over to Google Gemini, which is their AI tool. Google Gemini, it'll pop right. I think it's gemini.google.com. But if you go to Gemini, you can actually put in there, please write me a Google business profile description with the following keywords. And then you can pick a tone So you can say in a fun tone, in a serious tone, in a professional tone. You can say whatever you want. And in fact, do it a couple times because it's hilarious, some of the things it comes up with. And then hit go, and it will put all of those things we just discussed together in a nice description, and then you copy and paste it in. Now check it. Please check it and make sure it's something you like. You can also add it, have it change. So if the tone, you set a formal tone and you're like, oh, that's too formal, I don't like that. Say casual tone and see what you get. And then you can edit it as much or as little as you want to. It may make it a little long, so you can say, keep it to X number of words, so that you keep it kind of to a one paragraph. But it does a really good job, and I like it because if I'm staring at the page for days trying to figure out my description, that's not helping you any. So it's a good starter, because then you'll probably add to it, take away, edit it to suit your preferences. And if you're actually trying that, I'd be interested in what you get when you're done.
Is there kind of a ballpark figure of how many words you should?
I think it tells you when you get to that point, but I don't remember the exact number. You can use ChatGPT too, whatever AI tool you like. But it'll come up with a pretty nice description for you. And then you paste it in, boom. You're actually going to be surprised. Are you doing that right now? All right, so we're going to hear his new, I could tell he was. I was like, he's doing it right now. So when he gets his new description, so you heard his description, wasn't terrible. It had a lot of great keywords, but we'll hear it when he's done and find out what it comes up with. He's probably going to have a funny face because he's going to be like, that's really good.
750 is the max.
Okay, so 750 or less. Very good, thank you. So you'll add that all into Gemini or ChatGPT so it can give you something you want. Sometimes it doesn't listen to you, but you can ask it to make it shorter, make it funnier. You can always, it's a chat, so you can just go back and forth.
I think if you're at that maximum, for what your customer is seeing, it will truncate it down. You'll have to click
The more
button to see the rest of it. And just keep in mind, 99% of people never click the more button.
That's great advice.
So think about the things you want. You use the whole 750 for all your key phrases, but keep what you want your customers to see in the upper half.
Great. So the advice given was you can go longer than that 750 words, but it will have the more button, and people don't like to push the more button. You're absolutely right. And so whatever you really want them to see has to be in that top part, or you should just not have it be too long. Have you got something good yet?
First, they gave me like a response for my Google Maps, and gave me like almost like a review on my.
Oh.
It sounds like I'm doing good.
I won't ask.
It seemed like at the very top you could change it from maps to show drafts.
Okay, yeah.
And I changed it now. It's giving me some crazy stuff, so I'm gonna read over it and then yeah.
You can share with us later, but I would be interested in what you get. So he's working on that. We're gonna keep going and then we'll come back. But that's one way to, if you're like got frozen brain, like how do I describe my business? That helps you. And you may change it completely, but it might give you some phrases and ideas that you had never even thought of using.
Yeah, it did. I just wanted to read over it, but
hold on.
It first starts off as, it sounds like you're interested in the glass blowing art studio. So like, I must have typed it in like, maybe I'm thinking of opening a studio or something. But after that, it goes, glass blowing art studio that offers both beautiful handmade products and the chance to try your hand at glass blowing yourself. If you're in Tiffin, Ohio, then you're in luck because there's a fantastic place that fits the description perfectly. The Punyan Project. Yeah. So that is good.
There we go. And you can edit that as we said, because maybe you want to get more of that like event stuff in there, and but that right away said you can buy the stuff there or you can make it yourself there. So that is really cool. All right, here we go. Another Google business description created. All right. So we'll keep going, but the description, you don't have to do that today. You don't have to do it in the next week, but don't leave that to chance or just go, whatever, I'm not doing that part, because that's what Google pulls a lot of the words from. Otherwise, from your business name, it doesn't know what you do. And you want to put that differentiator in there too. So he could just be selling glass, not having events. That differentiator is he actually has people make it as well. So that's important to put in there. So if your business has a differentiator from the business down the street or in the next town, you want to make sure you mention that differentiator. All right, pro tip. If you click more, you can actually add some identifiers if you like. You do not have to. This is totally optional. But if you're Asian owned, Black owned, Latin owned, LGBTQ plus owned, woman owned, veteran owned, you can identify multiple ways. And some people look for that. Veterans often look for veteran-owned businesses to support veteran-owned businesses. So it's good to put those things in there if you choose to. But again, that's totally optional and up to you. But a lot of times that helps with people who, again, are looking for that differentiator. All right, if you are a brick and mortar store, there's a free system called Pointy. And I always make the joke that what bar were they at when they decided to call this thing Pointy? What? Anyhow, it's a free tool. If you go to pointy.withgoogle.com, you can get involved with Pointy. What that allows you to do is connect to your point of sale system and to scan all of your products in your store. And so when people are looking for a certain product, your business will pop if that's the closer business that carries that product. So for example, here, it's a bike helmet, a certain type of bike helmet. I have a friend in Wyoming, Ohio. That's where I live. It's a small suburb of Cincinnati, Ohio. She went ahead and purchased this system. She has a smoothie bar / clean eating product place. So her products are hard to find. Most people have to buy them by ordering them online. But if you live near there and you put that product into search, her place comes up as, hey, you could just go to Wyoming and buy it. So this is really great if you have a brick and mortar that carries products that aren't, maybe the next place to find that product is, 25, 50 miles away. You want to make sure that pops when they search for that product. Now, this is totally my opinion, not Google's opinion. I have no insider information other than I think what they're trying to do is head towards an Amazon-like situation so that when you search for a product, normally Amazon pops across the board, right? They click, they go to Amazon, they buy. They want you to see products from small businesses and local businesses, so you pop on that and you buy from that local business or order it from that local business through Google, not through Amazon. So this is their way to get all of those products into the inventory. So if you sell products, especially niche products, I suggest you look at this system. All right, photos. 90% of customers are more likely to visit a business that have photos in the search results. So please add photos to your Google business profile. You can add photos. You can add a logo. You can add a cover photo. You can add video if it's under 30 seconds. I suggest you try to do this on a regular basis. Definitely, as you set up, put your logo in there, put your cover photo in there. And then just add photos if you get a new product in, if you have a new design you're using for your glass blowing events, pop that design in there. But start adding photos so people can see the kind of things they will see when they get to your establishment. This can be a bit of a pain, but if you get on a regular basis of doing this, like set aside 15 minutes every 2 weeks to work on your Google business profile. 15 minutes. Just put it on your calendar and say, I'm going to take photos. I'm going to check my hours, make sure they're correct. and I'm going to post a few things. What I do is whatever I'm posting on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, I just post on Google Business Profile too. Don't make a new picture or a new thing. Just post it on Google Business Profile at the same time you're doing your other social media. Because then Google knows you are engaged in your Google Business Profile, and customers will see these new products and new things, even if it's just behind the scenes. Glass blowing, I mean, that would be cool to see glass blowing behind the scenes. If that pops up, what to do for a birthday party. Boom, I see the glass blowing class, I'm sold. Literally.
Is there a number of recommended photos that you should have, or
I mean,
too many?
yeah, no, you can't have too many. None of these social platforms you can have too many. But I mean, a good cadence once a week, twice a week, once a month would be great. I mean, start at something that you feel like you can achieve and then maybe up it. Or find an employee that really loves their phone and assign them that duty. You all know somebody. I see it now. You're like, oh yeah, okay. Find someone else to do it. You can. I can show you how to add a manager. They can't do anything to your Gmail or any other Google account, but they could upload photos for you on your, and then you just forget it. Don't bother with it. Put parameters around what those photos should look like. But you definitely can do that. Oh, here's some tips for a great photo. I find it funny that they think this is a great photo, but that highlight features of your brand. Make sure you have good lighting, not great lighting. But the cool thing is, if I'm looking for a commercial electrician, if I see that photo, I know they can do commercial work. That's a big place with a lot of lights and a lot of digging. So I know this business can handle commercial things. So that's what you're kind of trying to show. What can you handle as a service project? I know of a land clearing business that got a drone and literally shows drone shots of people clearing land. It popped on Facebook, TikTok, whatever. They get tons of business from these drone shots of people clearing land. Okay. So whatever it is you do well, take some video, take some shots of before and after. Before and after pictures are awesome. And throw those up on all your social media, but Google in particular. All right, you can create posts just like social media, and it will show you this in 1 second. There we go. So you can even put words, you can put like social media type posts. Need a ceiling fan installed? Call us today. Okay, call us for a free estimate. This is just like you would do on Facebook, Instagram. It's the same thing, only it's on Google Profile, and people don't think to do that. You can add buttons though. So you can add a call button that will call you straight, an email button that will email you. If you have a form, it can go to the form. And you can add photos and have an update just like a social media post.
On the icons here, I don't see
Do you have different icons? All right, I'll come, remind me after, I'll come look at that. That's weird. Are you verified yet? Okay. Then you should be able to do that. If you're not verified, you may have to wait till you're verified. So set aside time, 15 minutes every 2 weeks, 30 minutes a month, something, or assign someone who loves to do social media posting. So the 3 things you can put is an update, an offer, and an event. So an update is just simply an update on what's going on with your business, more like a social media post. An offer, perhaps you have too much of something you want to get sold off, so you can put a discount code or something in. You want to do free shipping, you want to do Mother's Day special, Father's Day special, some holiday special, Black Friday special. You guys are having an event in Tiffin, a Main Street event that everybody's participating in. Everybody can post that event under the event section. So for example, this is the Sip and Clip. I don't know what that is, but you can coordinate that through your Main Street organization so that you all have the same thing. So everybody's going to run across at least one post of one business about that event if you all kind of coordinate that. You can use Canva, free Canva, if you're not sure what to use to create the graphics for some of these. You can just use a picture from your phone. And I will show you, Google also provides some templates that you can download that they provide. So you can also, if there's somebody who's really good at graphic design in town and is willing to make the event post, then you can send it out through Main Street and everybody can use the same post. Thoughts or questions on that? Superb. All right, so that's about posting photos, making your site look nice. Now, how to connect with customers. There's several ways you can connect with your customers through Google Business Profile. Reviews, messages, Q&A. Besides, they can also call you. So these are some of the things we're going to talk about now. Tips for managing reviews. Okay, so of course we all hope we get lots and lots of great reviews, but sometimes that doesn't happen. My suggestions is you want to be professional, polite, respond promptly, regardless if it's a good or bad review. Don't respond by advertising. Thank the good reviews. Don't just respond to the bad reviews, but thank the good reviews as well. And then if there is a poor review, especially when you're like, what? I don't agree with that. Respond anyway and say, thank you for that review. I'm sorry you didn't have an optimal experience. You can use ChatGPT and Gemini for this as well. My partner, when she wants to write a crappy email but doesn't want to write a crappy email, she tells it what she wants to say and then says, say this nicer, and it comes out nicer. Bonus tip. So you want to say something and you want to try to get it offline as quickly as possible. So you want to say, sorry you didn't have an optimal experience. I'd love for you to contact me directly and see if we can work something out. Even if you don't want to. Because the point of it is when people are looking through your reviews and they see a bad review and they see you responded with such grace and dignity, they'll ignore their bad review. They're going to be like, oh, well, they're trying to fix it. Hopefully they fixed it. That's pretty cool. If you don't address it at all, or you argue or whatever, then people are going to be like, oh, no. So try to take it offline and see if you can make it right with that customer. You may never be able to make it right, but at least you tried and people publicly saw that you tried. So that is my recommendation for that. If people leave a review that you believe is threatening, or they're cussing up a storm in your review, or they're violating any of Google's rules about that, you can actually appeal to Google to have that removed. All right, and I highly recommend you do that. But look at the Google rules and use the words that Google uses to appeal it. So if it says cannot be threatening and you think it's threatening, then say, I believe this was a threatening review and I would like it removed. We had a situation in Middletown where a customer was in their store and acting belligerent, and they asked him to leave, and then he left a review with a picture of a knife. They don't sell knives in their store, so it was clearly threatening. They asked Google to remove it. Google denied them. Now let me finish the story. I think they use AI to go through their first pass of appeals. And so I encourage them to do a second round, because you can do 2 appeals. And the second time they used the wording from Google themselves to make the appeal, and Google did remove it. And I think a human looked at it the second time and went, yeah, that's not supposed to be there. So don't give up if you appeal and they say, no, we're not taking that down. go do it again. Because if it's violating any of their terms of service, they will take it down. And so that was removed. But even so, people knew that that was not a serious review. They were like, what? That was terrible. So any questions about managing reviews? Yes. No, please.
I found the ad update under more. So.
Okay. Yay.
Anyways, what reviews? So our company has like where we can set up and ask for reviews, but it doesn't link it to my Google account. So like they're out there and they're on the internet. People can find them, but they can't find them on my Google account. So I don't have to link that. So I don't want to ask people twice or 3 times for reviews.
Right. Well, that's unfortunate. Your company has decided to do that.
It's called Real Satisfied. So we send them, it automatically goes out to our corporation, Real Satisfied reviews. And they're out there if you Google my name, but they're not under my.
I would maybe try to put a link somewhere. I don't know how you would connect that, but I do hear that you don't want to put it out there twice. Maybe in the description you could say 4 reviews, go to or something.
Google provides, you can just send every client text message.
But he's saying they'll get 2 then. Yeah.
Maybe you can send it out by email. So you could do this like text.
Yeah, I mean, he could do it twice. He's just afraid they're going to be like, I already did this, dude. Why am I doing it again? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you definitely want to make it as easy as possible for people to leave you a review. So some of the suggestions I have is if you're a brick and mortar, create a QR code that links to your review link from Google. I do have a video out there that shows you how to do that. And then you can post that next to the door as they leave. You can post it next to the cash register. And so while they're waiting for you to process a credit card, they can just pop that, leave a review, move on with their day. It's not that people don't want to leave you reviews. You just have to make it easy because they don't think of that. If you have a party, send them all a thank you for the party and some pictures and a link to the Google reviews. You may already do that. But so you always want to follow up with an email or a text that has the link to your Google reviews and ask for it. You just need to ask. Most people are perfectly willing to do that. They just need a low barrier of entry to do that. And then make sure you watch those and respond as soon as possible. We're running out of time, aren't we? Goodness. All right. So make sure you share via email, social media, or a link to get reviews so that you can get some reviews. It's good to have a large number as well as, of course, a lot of stars. So you can find your get more reviews. You can find the link, hit the little copy button, or you can directly send it out through email, WhatsApp, and Facebook. Highly recommend.
Can I say this? I can't remember the name, but we used to use a third-party source that would send a text message to every client who'd like to leave a review based on their experience today. If it was a 4-star or 5-star, it automatically posted it to our account. If it was a 1, 2, or 3, it didn't post and it sent an email to me directly, where I could then diffuse that before it even ended up on Google. So there are some services out there.
Yeah, there are some, and there's ways that you can pull those into your website. And again, you can pull only the higher reviews to the website. Some people might figure that out and be like,
they did have a bad experience.
Right.
They just want to get off their chest and they feel like they sort of feel satisfied. Really, really only what's going to be.
Right. All right, so then there's responding to messages. Don't request sensitive info like credit cards. You guys all know that. Don't misrepresent or mislead, and respond within 24 hours if you can. So that's if somebody messages you through your Google Business Profile, but you can turn that off if you don't want that to happen. And again, make it come in on a phone that somebody will actually be watching or paying attention to so they can respond to that. And then the real thing that ties this all together are performance reports. So you're going to set this up today, or you have set it up already, and you're Now I'm going to start updating it with all kinds of awesome photos and things. So when you start doing that today, in a month, go to reports, which is in the, I believe in the upper right-hand corner. Go to reports and see what's happening with your Google Business Profile. It will tell you how many interactions you have, messages, bookings, how many people click for directions, and you can get an idea of what is working and what is not working on your Google Business Profile. If you see a spike, figure out what you did that day or that month. Figure out, did we have an event? Was there a Main Street event? Did we have a special? Why did we get a spike during that month? You can break it down all the way down to website clicks and everything to see who went to your website if you have one. So this is telling you how this is working for you. And I guarantee you're going to get an uptick in things that you're doing if you get your Google Business Profile going. You're going to get more website visits. Hopefully you get more traffic in your brick and mortar. Hopefully you get some messages and bookings if you book things like yoga or things like that. Hopefully they start booking through that. Consultations. All right, and then finally we've got the more. So the 3 buttons in the upper right-hand corner of your dashboard is the more button. And this is where you can add managers. I highly recommend that. So even if you just put your 2 emails in there, so you don't have to remember which email you logged in with, it'll work on either one of your emails. So you're making yourself a manager, or put in someone else in your organization that is going to help keep up with your Google Business Profile, or don't put anybody. You can set notification preferences. So if somebody does message the business, how will that notify you? You can add an additional business profile if you have another business. So you probably could, this is where you could probably add your other locations. I've never done that, so it may actually even copy some of that information over if you ask it to, which would be nice. And you can get to the help center, contact, support, and more. And again, if you don't get support through this method and you have trouble, you can contact me. I'm a Google partner, so I can get to another way into their support, which I've had respond within a day, and then sometimes it's several days. So you never know. All right, so what do you have to do now? You have to claim your Google Business Profile. So you have to go through that verification process. So if you're making changes right now and you're saying it's not changing, the business it's not changing, it's because you're not verified. As soon as you're verified, all of those updates will take. Even if you're verified, something like your description, it may have said, when you entered that, it may have said, it'll be live in 10 minutes, it'll be live in a few hours. They run it through some algorithm to check it, and then they load it up. But you can make all of these updates while you're waiting to be verified. As we talked about before, you want to make a habit or put on your calendar just a few minutes a week, a month to update your profile, check your business hours. If you watch your email, it'll remind you, like I just got a reminder for Memorial Day. Are you open or not? So it'll remind you about holidays to say whether you're going to be open or not. Post some kind of information or photos or videos or something, and look at your performance reports once a month and see how things are going and see if it matches up with anything that you've done in the business. All right, I'm going to quickly talk about some resources. There's a marketing at g.co/marketing kit. So you can go to that and you can actually get some pre-made templates that you can then add your business stuff to. And again, I use Canva. So if you haven't used Canva, check out the free Canva. They're just getting ready to announce all their new features. It's really, for the value, one of the best values as far as graphics are concerned. You can go to YouTube, Grow with Google channel, and you can do more learning. You can also go to myfuturereadyconsulting.org. You can go to my YouTube channel, and I have Google stuff. I'm supposed to tell you about Google Career Certificates. You can get a Google Career Certificate, data analytics, advanced data analytics, digital marketing. So consider some of those if there's an area that you would like to learn more about to help support your business. I just finished their AI certificate and through Coursera, and I was like, it'll probably be okay. It was actually really good. Google did a really good job, and I was able to expand my knowledge about AI. There's also a lot of free training, which I recommend the free training before you do the paid training. But that can be found at google.com/grow. Teachers and students, local businesses, job seekers, and developers can all get free training at google.com/grow. All right. These, I wish I'd had time to change the QR codes you're about to see, but I wouldn't use either one of these because this one, I never see the reviews of that ever. And that form we're probably going to shut down soon. So what you want to do is go to janet@futurereadyconsulting.org and email me, or through Main Street. If you want another training in the next few weeks, we're still free. So I can do a virtual. So you could all come back here and watch me from Cincinnati. Or if there's just if there's at least 5 of you, I'll do one virtually. So just contact me through Main Street or contact me directly, and I can do another Google type training. I'm going to ask, although I did not follow my own advice, if you could go to Future Ready Consulting and leave me a review on my Google business profile, that would be amazing. I did not lower the barrier of entry for that, did I? No, I didn't. It's on my the one I just did, it's on that one, but it's not on this presentation. So that would be amazing. I'd appreciate that very much. Any other questions I can answer you while we're on air, and then I will go off air and answer whatever you would like. And
Any suggestions to elevate people's results in so if you're searching restaurants near me, what suggestions would you give people to be in the top 3 or 4?
Okay, so the question is, if people are searching restaurants near me, how do you make sure your restaurant gets towards the top? Make sure that description is very accurate with what you serve, any differentiator. Like if you're Italian restaurant, do you have homemade pasta? Do you have the best sauce in town? Something that will be different than the Italian restaurant across town. If you post pictures and updates on a regular basis, they will bump you up. If they think you posted this 5 years ago and you don't care about it anymore, they will not bump you up. They will bump up the ones who are updating their profile. Because Google, people use the Google search, and if they get poor results, that reflects on Google. So they want to see pictures and steamy, yummy spaghetti, and they want to know that your business is up to date. So that will pop you up. So that's why I recommend the 15 minutes every couple weeks to just freshen that up. And that's what keeps you, and the restaurant down the street that hasn't touched theirs in 5 years, you'll easily get put above theirs. Yes, that is getting. If you've had your Google business profile running for several years and you keep it up to date on a regular basis, you have social media out there keeping it up on a regular basis. If you're doing all that and you still feel like you're not getting enough traffic, then you can consider paid ads. Those are paid ads. But there's so much free out there at this point. If you're not leveraging all the free first, don't pay for it.
In general, generally consumers skip ads. That they know that the top of the page, and they want real results. They want the results that people just like them are looking for.
That they do. I do.
The organic ones are the more.
Yeah, unless it's exactly what I'm looking for. If that sponsored ad is exactly what I search for, I might click on it. But otherwise, yes, I agree with you. People want the local flair, not the who's shelling out the most ad money. But again, you can get a lot of leverage with ads if you've already exhausted all your other things and you have ad money to spare, but I don't. Great questions. Other questions? Well, thank you so much. This was so fun. I appreciate it so much. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. You can email me with questions if you have them later. Please go back and review this if you would like. And thank you for setting this all up.
Oh, thank you for coming.
All right.